We're almost at the end of tonight's show. There's just one more award to come, and it's the big one for Lifetime Achievement. But before that big presentation, we have a chance to enjoy one of the West End's most celebrated and successful musicals on stage today, accompanied by a mesmerising soundtrack by Elton John. And set against the backdrop of the 1984 miners' strike, Billy Elliot tells the truly inspirational story of a young boy's struggle to make his ballet dancing dreams come true against all the odds. The scene you're about to see is where Billy is at his audition for ballet school and is asked one final crucial question. Please welcome to the stage one of the amazingly talented young boys who play the lead role. Ladies and gentlemen, Bradley Perret.
Can I just ask you, Billy, what does it feel like when you're dancing?
I can't really explain it. I haven't got the words. It's a feeling that you can't control. I suppose it's like forgetting, losing who you are, and at the same time, something makes you whole. It's like that there's a music playing in your ear, and I'm listening, and then I disappear, and then I feel a change, like a fire deep inside. Something bursts in me wide open, impossible to hide, and suddenly I'm flying like a bird. Like electricity, sparks inside of me, and I'm free, It's a bit like being angry, it's a bit like being scared, confused and all mixed up and mad as hell. It's like when you've been crying and you're empty and you're full. I don't know what it is, it's hard to tell. It's like that there's music playing in your ear, but the music is impossible to hear. But then I feel it move me like a burning deep inside. Something burst in me wide open, impossible to hide, and suddenly I'm flying like a bird, like electricity, sparks inside of me, and I'm free,
Ladies and gentlemen, Bradley. He's only 12 years old. An incredible performance for someone of that age.